He is the richest man in India, living a life of luxury comparable to royalty. But no one would have guessed that not long ago he was an untouchable from the slums. Nobody knew where his money came from, only that one day he suddenly had an endless supply of gold coins. His secret was hidden in this ancient mansion deep in the mountains. As it turned out, the man had discovered his grandmother's rotting corpse along a chain, yet her heart was still beating. Yak made a deal with his grandmother, promising to grant her the death she longed for in exchange for the secret of the gold coins. For his grandmother, this was precisely the ending she desired. Her existence was neither human nor ghost, and it was time to end it all. So she told Yak the secret, and Yak kept his promise, setting his grandmother on fire. From then on, Yak would receive a few gold coins every once in a while, and his life gradually became luxurious. The gold coins originated from this red cave, located in the belly of the goddess of prosperity, where Hasta resided. Hasta was extremely fierce, and once bitten, a person would turn into a monster. However, Hasta was afraid of raw flour. As long as flour was sprinkled on the ground in a circle, the terrifying Hasta could be isolated. Then, by throwing food to divert its attention, one could steal the gold coins from its waist pouch while Hasta was focused on eating. But it was necessary to leave before the flour disappeared and Hasta finished eating, or else one would become Hasta's food, as even the gold coins that fell to the ground would be absorbed. Each time he entered the belly, Yak had to go through this series of thrilling steps. As he grew older, his agility was no longer as it once was, so he decided to pass on his skills to his son. On this day, Yak and his son made a flour man above the cave, adding pebbles to make Hasta chew longer, buying them more time. After teaching his son, Yak threw the flour man, instructing his son to only go down into the cave to take a look this time, without bringing the flour man. After descending into the cave, the son was terrified by the sight before him. Yak told his son to first draw a circle with flour, guiding him step by step. Unexpectedly, the son took out a flour man from his bosom. The flour man quickly lured out Hasta. Seeing this, Yak immediately rolled into the flour circle, but his son was thrown out. Yak quickly got up to save him, but to his surprise, his greedy son turned back to grab the gold coins. Fortunately, they quickly climbed out. Once outside, Yak was furious. But that night, government officials found Yak. Because Yak had donated a considerable amount of money to the local area, they expressed their gratitude and revealed that the government was going to confiscate the temple. Seeing his financial path about to be cut off, Yak was anxious. His son gave his father an idea. The son told his father that they could take a few more flour men and cooperate. One person would continuously throw flour men to endlessly divert Hasta's attention, while the other would go and untie Hasta's waist pouch. Yak thought it was a great idea. Before the temple was sealed, they would make a big haul, so they bought a large amount of flour and set off. They made a sack of flour men at the top of the cave and then descended into the belly. The son drew a circle with flour, and both father and son were thrilled. Then Yak took out a flour man with one hand, feeling pleased with himself, but he froze. Hasta had turned into two. The son, completely unaware, took out all the remaining flour men one by one. Yak's face turned pale with fright. He quickly told his son to put all the flour men away, but it was too late. A group of Hastas had already surrounded the father and son.